Yup. I'm doing a video on FBoy Island. Spent 11 hours of my life watching this trash TV show. I could have watched The Bachelor, could have watched Too Hot to Handle, could have watched Bachelor in Paradise, could have watched Love Island. But no. I decided to watch the new hit HBO Max original, FBoy Island. My friend saw a preview for this show on HBO Max when he was watching one time, and he showed me the trailer, and I was like, man, this is awful. I shouldn't watch this. I'm not going to watch it. And then I got HBO Max. And you know what I did? I watched it. But there's 3 girls, and there's 24 guys. 12 of these guys are nice guys, and 12 of these guys are F-boys. They sent in audition tapes before the show started saying whether they were a nice guy or an F-boy. And they're brought in, all 24 guys. A little bit awkward when they first meet, but it's basically each girl is a bachelorette, and they have to pick a guy by the end of the show. If they pick an F-boy, the F-boy gets a certain amount of money. I forget how much it is. And if they pick a nice guy, then the girl and the nice guy split the money and start their lives together, kind of like The Bachelor, right? The 3 girls come out, and they all have their intros. We have Sarah, the short blonde one. She is some type of like social media influencer or something like that. Everybody's career is either like Bitcoin investor, TikToker, or social media influencer, which I think is hilarious.
She is beautiful, man. Sarah comes out, and she's obviously gorgeous. I was like, all right, if this is what we're working with, I'm already super excited.
What's up?
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. How was that?
Very interesting, yeah.
Yeah? Are you pleased with the selection?
So far, yeah.
Yeah? Good.
As far as like the dating world goes, I'd love to find true love. I'm not sure if I believe it yet, but I'm open to the possibility.
But anyways, she comes out. She's a little boring. Probably my least favorite part of the show. Then we have Nakia. Nakia is the most normal.
Nakia comes out, my jaw's on the ground. She has this little pizzazz and this step in her walk, and I'm just like, guys, this competition's over. You know, I'm about to take her with me. We're gonna have a chat.
This is a nice group of men, okay? All of these guys are very handsome.
She seems the most mature out of the 3 girls, and like she wants to make the best connection, and she definitely seems the smartest.
Yes. Okay.
I'm at a point in my life where I've paid my dues. I've learned a lot of lessons, made a lot of mistakes. For the first time in my life, I feel like I am ready for love.
And then we have CJ. CJ is basically the long-lost, like, 8th Kardashian member. And her voice is annoying as all hell. She's entitled, she's dumb, and she just thinks she's hot shit, and she's not.
CJ.
Check my chest, my breath right quick. He ain't never seen it in a dress like this. He ain't never even been impressed like this.
She's tan as hell, and it's fake.
Yo, CJ, she's bad. Like, CJ's bad. Kind of little, like, sex demon in her or something. Like, CJ is definitely the girl that I'm gonna shoot my shot with first.
She likes to describe herself as bratty.
What's going on?
I like funny guys. I like silly guys. I like dumb guys. Like dumb and fun. You know, if you're too smart, then you're not gonna love me pranking you and like pretending I've been arrested. Like it's not gonna be fun.
How do you feel?
I'm pretty excited.
You really took your time there.
It was crowded, so I just wanted to make sure I could weave through traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, you went.
How the whole elimination process works is that at the end of each episode, the girls pick 2 people to put in their bottom 2. Whether that's someone they don't like, someone who treated them wrong, or someone who they put in the bottom 2 just because they weren't talking much. So they put these guys in the bottom 2. Each girl has a bottom 2, so there's a bottom 6. The girl then says why she puts both in the bottom 2, and then she eventually picks the one that she wants to leave. So once they pick the ones that they want to leave, the other guys who are safe go back, sit down, and the 3 guys that are being eliminated say whether they are an F-boy or a nice guy. And you would think It would be like all those other dating shows and game shows where, you know, the guy gets kicked off and they leave the island. That's it. That's done. You know, they're not on the show anymore. But no, the nice guys go to a nice guy villa, and the F boys go to a place called Limbro. And Limbro is basically like, oh, you're an F boy, you're bad. Like, come here and like think about your sins, stuff like that. And then the nice guys, they go to like a nice guy villa, and they're just like chilling, having a good time together, whatever. But whenever the show cuts to these things, I do not care. I care about the people still in the game. I don't want to see the F boys and the nice guys that were already kicked off. So that's a big problem with the show. Not that the show isn't just one big problem, it's a huge problem. All the guys throughout the show, they're not going to say whether they're an F boy or a nice guy to the camera. You know, they leave it for interpretation for the audience, right? They want the audience to find out when the girls find out, which is good. I think it's cool. It brings a big mystery element to the show that not a lot of other like Love Island type shows have, right? Well, we have Garrett, and Garrett probably 3 minutes in says, I'm a self-proclaimed F-boy. Yeah, that's right. I love manipulating women.
I'm Garrett, and I'm a certified F-boy. I'm the king of the F-boys. When it comes to women, 10 out of 10, I don't lose. I mean, look at this smile.
I want to see Garrett win. I want to see Garrett manipulate someone. That would be like, I know it's bad, me as a guy saying I want to see a guy manipulate a woman, but that's the whole point of the show. So I want to see Garrett manipulate someone till the end of the show and make them think he's a nice guy and then pick him and he steals all the money. That would be awesome. That's like the whole point of the show, right? Well, as time goes on, he starts talking to Sarah, and they're having a good connection. And even at one point, Sarah takes him to go on a date individually, and we go to like the headshot of Sarah in the interview room. And she's like, yeah, I thought Garrett looked like an F-boy, but he seems like a nice guy. He's opening his heart to me. And then it goes to Garrett, and Garrett's like, yeah, you see what you got to do? Is you got to be like, yeah, I'm going to open my heart to you. And then the women will open their legs to you. And I just thought that was hilarious. Garrett's like the best part of the show. He's the most entertaining. And just watching him play his game, it's very scary, but it's also super entertaining. Also in the first episode, each girl gives 3 guys, at first glance, wristbands. And we have Jamie. And CJ, you know, the long-lost Kardashian sister, picks Jamie. So Jamie goes up to her when they're all hanging out by the pool, whatever, and he's like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm good, how are you? You know, they're having like small talk, whatever, they're having a good conversation. And then he's like, so tell me about yourself. And she says this.
How do you view life?
I'm bratty.
Okay. How does that show up in a relationship?
Oh, okay, you're bratty. You know, that's a little bit of a red flag, but I can get over that.
I'd like to choose people who balance me.
Really? Huh.
If someone matches my energy all the time, we're gonna get arrested. I have my dramatic moments.
Look at my man's eyes. She said, if someone matches my energy all the time, we're going to get arrested. And Jamie goes, okay, maybe if you're an F-boy, that's fine. You'll go past that, right? But Jamie seems like a nice dude. So he looks a little bit worried. And of course, I'm a jokey guy, and it seems like he's a jokey guy too. So he says,
So you got a little toxicity?
You're just like, oh, you're a little bit toxic. That's a funny joke. Like, poking fun doesn't mean it seriously. And then fucking CJ Kardashian goes ahead and says,
I would not say toxic. I think that's a very harsh word. Bitch, do not call me toxic. Here's a tip to all the men. Do not call a woman toxic or crazy. I'm not crazy.
okay, I think it's funny because he makes a joke, she takes it seriously, and she's like, I'm not toxic, and then she literally becomes toxic, right? She's like, don't call me crazy. I'm not crazy. But like, she's making a joke in that, right? She's trying to seem crazy even though she's not crazy, even though she is. And, you know, that's a joke. So why didn't she get the toxic joke? It seems like she's trying to make drama for no reason. And now that I'm on my CJ rant, we have Casey and CJ. Casey's a cool guy. You know, he's very respectful, very nice. He's talking to CJ. CJ and him, you know, hit it off right away. They're like the two strongest people on the whole show. You know that, they're probably going to end up together just on episode 1. So they're talking, they go on a few dates, whatever. And then someone who is leaving the show on maybe episode 3 reveals that Garrett has a girlfriend back home and that they broke up just before the show started.
You said you had dirt. This is your last chance to spill it and maybe further prove that you are the nice guy.
I was talking to Garrett off camera. Garrett said back home in LA, he would always be messing with LA hoes, fake boobs, all this, and he said he wouldn't even look at you guys if it was back home. And then also after he got done with your first date, he just said, Sarah's not ready for a relationship. She just got out of a relationship recently and she's not ready for it.
Matt, I don't even talk to you, bro.
And Craig has a girlfriend.
Oh, beer?
No.
Oh, snap.
There's also, apparently Garrett has a girlfriend back home.
Ooh.
Excuse me?
Okay, not surprised.
Casey, does your boy have a girlfriend?
No! You don't have a girlfriend?
No.
He looks like he's lying.
You and
Sarah
Garrett?
takes this as, oh shit, maybe Garrett's an F-boy. Maybe, he doesn't respect me as much as he should. And that makes me a little pissed because I wanted to see Garrett manipulate Sarah. But, I'm like, whatever. He's going to fix this. He's got this. So that blows up a little bit. Sarah and Garrett have some drama there. But, I know Garrett's going to fix it because it's only episode 3, and there's no way that the best guy on the whole show is getting kicked off right away. So, we go into episode 4, and CJ and Casey are still hitting off really well. Still the strongest couple on the show, maybe besides Sarah and Garrett. But we have CJ come up to Casey, and she says, yo, I know you're friends with Garrett, but you shouldn't be friends with him because he lied to Sarah. And he's like, well, that doesn't relate to me and his friendship. I'm still going to be his friend and not drop him over one thing. And CJ goes, yeah, well, you're here for love, and you're here for me. So, if you want to still have me, you should stop talking to him. And Casey goes, okay, fine, understandable, I'll do that. CJ keeps prying about it, even after Casey, listens. And if I were Casey, I would get a bit annoyed, right? So Casey goes up to her one night, and he's like, listen, I'm trying to respect you and stuff, but you also have to respect me too. This is a two-way street, Garrett's my friend. I'm not going to stop being friends with him just because of one thing that he did to Sarah. They'll make that up. That's their own drama. We shouldn't be involved in that. And CJ is like, no, you don't get to tell me what to do. And Casey's like, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel and my feelings, and I'm trying to be respectful. And she's like, no, you know what? Leave. So he leaves. CJ's being a bitch. Whatever. Not out of character for her. The next night, things are a little bit rocky, but it's eliminations. And who does CJ put in her bottom 2? She puts someone who's never talked to her, and then she puts Casey in the bottom 2. The person that she's had the best relationship with the whole time. And you know why she does that? She does that to show she has the pants in the relationship. She does that to show she can do whatever she wants. And she does it to show that she has control over Casey. And that if Casey doesn't fix himself, by her standards, then she can kick him out whenever she wants. So she puts both of them in the bottom 2. The guy who hasn't talked to her at all, and then Casey, right? Obviously, she's not going to vote out Casey. She votes out the other guy. The 2 other girls vote out their people, whatever. Garrett's safe. Sarah and Garrett made up. That's unrelated. Because Nikki Glazer, the host, says this is actually a twist episode. And the eliminations tonight are both people you put in the bottom 2. And Casey gets pissed.
And finally, Casey, did you come here as a nice guy or an F-boy?
I came here as an F-boy. Is Ashton Kutcher about to come out? Am I on punked right now?
So Casey goes ahead and says he's an F-boy. But you can tell that he really liked CJ. And that he was changing to be a nice guy. And that by the end of the show, he probably would have split the money with her. And had a life with her. Right? And then Casey goes off on her and has some very valid points that I was thinking in my own head.
The only thing that I want to say to you, CJ, is last night...
Listen, I would never hit a woman. And I don't think anybody should hit anybody else. I don't condone violence. But if something were to happen, and CJ were to get into a fight with another woman, and that woman were to punch CJ in the face, I might laugh and cheer.
Honestly, I just wanted to express my feelings that I didn't feel like you were giving me the respect that I deserved, and I didn't feel like you gave me a chance to even hear me out. You just went upstairs, and I think that speaks volumes of you.
He's right. He's right. He should roast her. She's an immature little bitch. She shouldn't be on the show. She doesn't deserve love, especially from Casey, who was showing her love regardless of being an F-boy. He would have changed to be a nice guy. And she just doesn't care. She's just like, I didn't vote you out. It's not my fault. You put him in the bottom too, you fucking bitch.
And the fact of the matter is, you don't deserve any of these guys.
Chill,
this
relax,
whole
relax,
facade that
relax.
you put on with your...
Nakia, listen, I like you. Shut up. Don't say anything else. I want to continue to like you. Don't offend my man Casey. And don't defend CJ. CJ's being a bitch. This isn't your place.
You put on with your comedy and the pterodactyl bullshit. Like, I see straight through you.
Casey, I don't disagree with you. I am definitely guarded. I use comedy to deflect, 100%, but I'm also here to work on that.
Excuses. 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 Excuses.
And I get that, but honestly, at this point, unless you open up and let somebody in, and I wanted to be that person, but right now, as it stands, you don't deserve any of them, especially Sean. Sean is one of the best people I've ever met, and you do not deserve him in the slightest. I'm pissed. Like, I'm very upset. I hope she's sitting there tonight, and I hope she's thinking about me like, damn, I fucked up because she did. You know, she's not as perfect as she seems, and she has a facade up. She needed someone to step up to her. She wants to control every little thing that I tried to do. You know, it just shows her true character. And God bless those other guys' souls. She's gonna absolutely run all over them. You know, the fact of the matter is she is 30 years old, and I feel like I'm more emotionally mature and intelligent than she is, which is unfortunate, and I'm clearly disappointed. Oh, hey, I was just talking about you. What's up?
I wish you hadn't been so harsh.
Oh my god, here comes the excuses and the sob story. How can you cry with no tears coming out? That's so fake. I really feel like I'm watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians every time this bitch comes on screen.
Harsh. Saying I don't deserve any of the guys there. Like I didn't plan for this to happen.
We have the best connection, you know that. So, how are you going to eliminate...
Alright, sorry, my camera died. So, episode 5, towards the end, is where they really, like, kind of mess up the show. I'm not going to spoil the end or continue about episodes 6 through 10 because I might make a second video on this, or, you know, you can go watch it yourself, but I've already spent too much time talking about FBoy Island and watching it, so I'm just going to talk about the first half of it. But anyways, at the end of episode 5, they decide to give every single guy status, whether they're a nice guy or an F-boy. And, you know, that kind of, like, messes it up a little bit for me. Like, if we went to the end of the show not knowing who was who, and the girls found out at the final episode, that would have been awesome. That would have been amazing. But they're like, oh, no, we're going to tell you whether this is a nice guy or an F-boy. And maybe you can change the F-boys for the better. Maybe this is, like, F-boy, like, rehab center or whatever. And I'm like, man, this is so dumb. And, you know, the show isn't great, but it would have been a lot better if they didn't do that. But I digress. Not really an FBoy Island review. Just a rant about it. If you've watched it, or if you haven't, I don't know. I don't care. Maybe I'll make a second video on this, depending on how well this one does. But I can't spend any more time talking about this show. I followed 2 of the guys on Instagram, and look, I'm already tired from talking about it. Like, this show just wasted my time. Really disappointed I made this video, but if you want a second FBoy Island video, just let me know. And I guess I'll make one. But until next time, peace out. Thanks.